the Walmart in downtown Cabo San Lucas. There's two of them. There's another one that's on the edge of town, downtown, and there's this new one that is right downtown across from the mall. So we'll take you a walk through so you can check out everything they've got and kind of answer your questions of what you can get here. So your pharmacia, you want to get in your pharmacy stuff, suntan lotion, oils, medications, cold medication, Pepto-Bismol, Tums, condoms and stuff, and all the kind of things you're wondering you can get. Of course, it's all the sports stuff, big TVs, baby carriages, strollers. There's a ton of stuff that is available here. Blenders, kitchen appliances, ovens, of course, all that makeup type stuff, shampoos and hair curlers and dryers, major appliances, more than you probably wonder that's here. So yeah, just a ton of stuff. Now, packaging's all in Espanol, so use your phone translator app to take a picture and get the difference, but whether it's your shaving cream or your deodorant, more than likely they have a lot of this stuff that you're looking for, wondering about. Electronics, bedding type products. I will say in the bedding type products, it is a limited selection, for sure. And you'll find, especially, from the US, there's a lot less selection than what you're used to. Canada, it's even less selection. But there's a ton of stuff. So if somebody's looking to move here, you're looking for your hardware, there's a Home Depot, there's an Ace Hardware, automotive, there's tons of different stuff, toys, bikes, pet supplies or food, cleaning supplies, workout equipment. It's like a Walmart you're used to, but probably a little bit smaller. And you'll find different brands of stuff, like as far as your cleaning supplies. So yeah, your Clorox is probably a different brand here, but there is Clorox down there as well. And they do a lot of, cleaning supplies that are probably different that you're not used to, such as this brand. They're probably owned by the big brands that you're used to at home. But yeah, all very similar. I will say tinfoil down here is really thin and they're really short rolls. Found that out. But yeah, whatever you're used to, it's pretty well here for the most part. Just trying to think of some of the things that are missing that don't have here. And keep in mind, there's a ton of restaurants here. A lot of them buy all their stuff from Costco. But you've got a ton of Michelin-rated restaurants as well. You will find on their packaging something that's interesting is when it has excess sugar, etc. They have all these warnings, etc. on it. I don't know if you're not aware. Mexico is the largest consumer of Coca-Cola products in the world, is my understanding. And you'll see people walk around with 3-liter bottles and they drink that during the day. They've done quite the job on them of poisoning or fattening up a population, quite honestly. So you got your meats, etc. And I should mention, Mexico did try to outlaw glyphosate a couple years ago and came under huge pressure from Big Pharma, Monsanto, Bayer, etc. So they could keep providing their poison into crops, etc. So, unfortunately there is some glyphosate in corn products and also wheat products. But I will say, you'll find a lot of their breads here are a lot better without it. There's a lot of bad stuff that's put into a lot of the bread products and we're used to in Canada and the US. And what you'll find is the bread typically here is a lot more dense and it's heavy, and you probably don't like it because it's not light, fluffy that you're used to, but it's not full of poison. And what you'll find is less glyphosate or chances of that poison being in it. And of course, lysiathin, I'm not sure I'm saying it right, but in North America, Canada, US, they actually put lysiathin. I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly, but it's actually human hair. So it's China and India human hair that is ground up into oil to make bread products in Canada and US more light and fluffy. So if you didn't know you're a cannibal, you probably are. Sorry to bring the bad news to you, but you can definitely find, unhealthy food here. You can find healthy food here though. But of course there's all the different chips. So I'm pretty sure this is just Lay's, rebranded. But there's endless amounts of Ruffles, etc. You'll find like something like a Doritos has more spice than what you're used to in US or Canada. Obviously all your different clothes and everything else you're looking for, and they do of course have a lot of different wine, alcohol. Consumption of alcohol is huge here, as it can be very much a party town for a lot of people. So obviously Walmart's a great place to buy a lot of this, or of course Costco, etc. But yeah, there's lots of stuff here, and even things that I'd never think about buying are here. I always support more of a Dos Equis type product versus supporting the big American brands, etc. here. But for those that want that terrible American brand, more than likely you can find your Bud Light products, even though I'm totally against that product line. Yeah, tons of different stuff. So you get a bit of an idea of what the store looks like, what you can and can't get here. But for the most part, you can get a lot of stuff. It's just less selection. So if you're predetermined on a brand or a certain type of thing, you're probably going to have a little bit of a tough time finding. Like I use a toothpaste that's called HelloFresh. I bring that with me because I don't want the fluoride and all the poisons that are in typical toothpaste, etc. these days. And there's a little bit of a dollar store, or what we would consider a dollar store. I guess it's a 25 peso store over there, just on your way out of here. So pretty neat from that standpoint.